Well, hello and good morning to you all. I'm here in this new hands-on gallery at the Louisiana Art and Science Museum called The Seed. And look at all this cool stuff behind me here. More about this later and when it will open. Right now, let's go back into the office and look at these methane lakes and rivers on Titan. Back in my office here, hello. Well, there is only one other celestial body that we know of besides Earth that we know has flowing rivers and lakes on them, and that would be Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Well, Titan is now supposed to have these things called magic islands, islands that appear and disappear over time. Let's take a look at that and see what that is all about. Well, it has been found that Titan has these disappearing islands, kind of like the Lost Island or the Lost City of Atlantis. Now, this might remind you of that myth, but Titan and these structures or these features on Titan appear to be a real thing. These rivers and lakes on Titan don't contain any water, though. And Titan does not have water in these bodies of lakes and bodies of water, I guess I could say. No water in those seas and lakes. No, Titan has lakes and rivers that are made up of liquid methane and ethane. So now we know of this because NASA's Cassini spacecraft has returned images of Titan. Now this appeared back in 2004. We were able to go over these images here. Now it sent back images of lakes and seas, and we could see that most of these clustered around the North Pole. Now the canyons and the rivers would drain into these larger bodies, creating kind of coastlines. But as Cassini orbited around Titan several times, it discovered that bits of land would appear and disappear. And this resulted in scientists calling these magic islands. It's a great name. Let's go back over here to my... Look at that. Okay. Thought that would look interesting. Was wrong. Back to Titan here. For example, let's take a look at Titan's Ligeia Mare region. This is a cluster of features that appears and disappears over time. Now, the prevailing theory to what causes this is that some material can float on Titan's seas, like icebergs. Now, that being said, I know what you are wondering and what you're thinking of right now. What would it be like to swim or to go into one of these methane lakes on Titan? Well, the liquid methane on the surface of Titan is much less dense than water. So if you could survive on the negative 290 degree Fahrenheit surface of Titan and then took a dip in one of the seas or one of the lakes there, you would end up floating on the surface like a balloon. Might be kind of fun. Well, that being said, the scientists got together to figure out what it was that this stuff could be, these little disappearing little regions and features, and they came up to a consensus that material could have broken off, like this porous stone or pumice stone, or some type of iceberg material, I guess. These, I guess, bits of rock or whatever they might be, broke off, fell into the sea, and you can see that this is why these regions appear close to the coastline. And then the methane sea slowly dissolved these features. So basically, a recent study shows that it is possible for solid material to float on the surface of these seas, these lakes, these rivers, and eventually they would be dissolved by the liquid methane. So pretty interesting stuff. Back over here to my mansion I built for myself. Now, it could be that these features on Titan are actually sea monsters, like imagined here in AI. The stuff of nightmares. This is what AI came up with when I put in the prompt of a sea creature or a sea monster on the surface of Titan. Yeah. possible? Sure, why not? So that is the case of the disappearing islands. The disappearing magic islands. What are they called again? The magic islands? Yes, the case of the magic islands on Titan. Well, once again, let's go back to the seed and see what is inside there and get the lowdown on when it's going to open up and when you can bring your kids to see the seed, as well as possibly 321 Liftoff, our newest planetarium show in our dome. Back to you, Jay, in the seed. Back at the seed now, as we wrap things up in the Rube Goldberg wall here. We'll be opening up this new section at the Louisiana Art and Science Museum this 27th. We've already had a nice preview here, and we've had some people come in, check things out, see how they liked it. They appeared to like it quite a bit. We do believe that your kids will enjoy it as well. Lots of things here to do. Also, lots of cool new shows in the planetarium as well, like 321 Liftoff. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave you now this week. I'll see you next week for another episode of Astronomy and Coffee. And until then, have a great rest of your week.